Hi Jane, thanks for meeting with me. As you know, we're about to launch the full implementation of the Customer Experience Improvement Project, and your role in gathering post-implementation feedback is crucial. I wanted to walk you through the process.
Sounds good. I'm ready to learn. I know surveys are important, but I haven't run one myself before.
Absolutely. Don't worry, it's straightforward. Let's talk about the survey itself. You can find the template we developed in the Customer Experience Improvement Project folder on the intranet under Surveys. It's called Post-Implementation Feedback Survey Template. Have you found it?
Yes, I see it. It looks pretty comprehensive.
It is. We want to capture as much relevant feedback as possible. Now, the first step is to identify our target audience for the survey. For this initial rollout, we want to focus on the customer who participated in the pilot program. We have their contact information in the pilot program participants spreadsheet, also in the project folder.
Okay, so just those customers for now. Got it.
Exactly. Once we know who we're surveying, we need to personalize the survey invitation email. We want to thank them for their participation in the pilot and emphasize how valuable their feedback is to us. I dropped a sample email you can adopt. It is in the communication templates folder and the project folder. It's called survey invitation email.
Great. That will save me more some time. Should the email come from me or from you?
Ideally, it should come from you since you will be the main point of contact for any questions they have about the survey. Make sure to include the survey link and the deadline for completion in the email. We're aiming for 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay. And what happened after I send it? I send out the emails.
Then we will monitor the responses. The survey platform we're using, SurveyMonkey, allow is to see the responses in real time. You can check in a few times a week to see how the participation rate is. If it's low, we might need to send reminder email. I drop a template for that too, also in the communication template folder.
Got it. And once the deadline passes?
Then we will download all the data from SurveyMonkey. It's usually exported to a spreadsheet format, which is perfect. We'll then analyze the data together to identify key trends and insights. We'll look for both quantitative data like the satisfaction ratings and quantitative data for open-ended questions.
Okay, sounds good. And all of this information, the survey template, the email templates, the data, and our analysis goes into the customer experience improvement project folder on the intranet, right?
Exactly. This way, everything is centralized and accessible to the whole team. It becomes part of our knowledge based on future projects.
That makes sense. What if I have questions from customers about the survey?
Great question. I prepared a FAQ documents addressing common questions. It's in the survey folders. But if you encounter something unusual, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to support you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for walking me through this. I feel much more confident now.
You're welcome, Jane. You're doing great. Remember, the goal is to gather honest feedback so we can make this customer experience initiative as successful as possible. Don't hesitate to ask if anything is unclear. We'll review the result together and discuss next steps.
Will do. I'll keep you posted on the response rate.
Excellent. Let's schedule a follow-up meeting in a week to discuss initial findings.
Sounds perfect. Thanks again.
Hi Maria, thanks for scheduling this mentoring session. I know you're keen to learn more about root cause analysis, and I think the 5 whys techniques is a great place to start.
Hi. Yes, I'm excited to learn. I've heard about it, but I've never actually used it.
Perfect. It's a powerful yet simple tool. Let's say we're facing a recurring issue. Customers' orders are being shipped with an incorrect items. This is impacting customer satisfaction and increasing return costs. How would you approach finding the root cause?
Well, I guess I'd start by looking at the most recent incorrect order and see what happened. Maybe the wrong item was picked from the warehouse.
That's a good starting point. That's your first why. Why was the wrong pick?
Maybe the warehouse worker grabbed the wrong product because the items look similar.
Okay, that's your second why. Why do the items look similar?
Maybe the product label are confusing or not clear enough.
Excellent. That's your third why. Why are the product labels confusing?
Perhaps they weren't updated when the product packaging was redesigned.
That's a strong possibility. Your fourth why. Now, let's go on one step further. Why weren't the labels updated when the packaging was redesigned?
Maybe there's no process in place to ensure labels are updated when packaging changes.
That's it. That's your fifth why. And it points to a crucial root cause, a lack of a formal process for updating labels when packaging is redesigned.
Wow, that makes sense. By asking why 5 times, we drill down from the immediate problem to the underlying system issue.
Exactly. Now, simply identifying the root cause isn't enough. We need to implement a solution. In this case, we need to create a formal process for updating labels whenever product packaging is redesigned. This might involve assigning responsibility to a specific team or department, creating a checklist, and integrating the label update into packaging redesign workflow.
So, the 5 whys helps us to identify the root cause, and then we develop a solution to address it.
Precisely. Now remember that the 5 whys is iterative. After implementing the new process, we need to monitor the situation to ensure the problem is resolved. If the incorrect shipments continue, we might need to revisit the 5 whys and dig deeper.
Okay, I understand. What if we can't find a clear answer to why at some point?
That's a great question. Sometimes you might hit a point where the answer is less clear or you need more information. In such cases, it's okay to stop at that point, document what you found, and investigate further. You might need to gather more data, talk to other team members, or observe the process in more details. The important thing is to be thorough and persistent.
Got it. And where can I find more information about the 5 whys and other root cause analysis techniques?
All the information is available on the company intranet. In the continuous improvement methodologies section, there are templates you can use to the document's 5 whys analysis, examples of successful implementation, and even a short video tutorial.
That's fantastic. I'll definitely check it out. Thanks Thanks so much for your help. This makes a lot more sense now.
You're very welcome, Maria. Remember, practice is key. Try using the 5 whys on some smaller issues first to get comfortable with the technique. And don't hesitate to reach out if you have a question or need further guidance. I'm here to support you.
I will. Thanks again.
Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining this workshop as we move deeper into the data analysis phase of our customer experience project. I want to ensure we're all on the same page and leveraging the best techniques. This is a chance to share experience, learn from each other, and address any challenges you might be facing.
I'm glad we're doing this. I'm still getting comfortable with some of the data analysis tools, especially Excel's pivot tables.
I second that. I'm good with basic charts, but I know there are more advanced techniques I could be using.
Exactly. That's what today is for. Let's start with pivot tables. Maria, can you share what you've been working on and where you're facing difficulties?
Sure, I'm trying to analyze customer feedback by product category and satisfaction level. I've created a pivot table, but I'm not sure how to get the specific breakdown I need.
Okay, let's take a look. You're almost there. The key is to use the rows, columns, and values fields effectively. Drag product category to rows and satisfaction level to columns. Then drag a field like customer ID or order ID to values and make sure it's summarized by count. This will give you the number of customer in its category and satisfaction level combination.
Oh, I see. That makes so much more sense now. I was putting satisfaction level in the wrong place.
No problem, Maria. It's a common mistake. The important thing is that you understand it now. David, do you mention wanting to explore more advanced charting techniques? What specifically are you interested in?
I'd like to learn how to create more interactive dashboards. I've seen some that allow you to filter data and drill down into specific segments.
Absolutely. Interactive dashboards are incredibly useful for presenting complex data in a user-friendly way. We can use tools like Power BI or Tableau for that. They allow you to connect to your data sources, create visualization, and link them together to create interactive dashboard. I prepared a short tutorial on creating a basic interactive dashboard in Power BI. It is a data analysis resources folder on Team Shared Drive.
That sounds great. I'm familiar with Tableau, but I haven't used Power BI much. The tutorial will be helpful.
Perfect. Carlos, how about you? Any specific areas you'd like to focus on?
I'm interested in learning more about statistical analysis, things like correlation and regression. I think they could be valuable for identifying relationships between different variables in our customer data.
Definitely, statistical analysis can help us uncover deeper insight. We can use tools like R or Python for that. I schedule a separate session with Carlos to cover the basics of statistical analysis and how to apply it to our data.
That's great. It would be helpful to have a cheat sheet or a quick reference guide for the different statistical tests and when to use them.
Excellent idea, Lisa. We can create that as a team. Let's add that to our action items. In the meantime, I also found some online resources that you might find helpful. I'll share the link in the chat. So, to summarize, Maria is going to practice creating pivot tables. David and Lisa will explore interactive dashboard using the tutorial and online resources. And Carlos will be diving into statistical analysis with me. Let's also create a team data analysis sheet as an ongoing collaborative project. We can add to it as we learn new things. How does this sounds?
Sounds great.
Fantastic. Remember, this is an ongoing learning process. Don't hesitate to ask questions, share your discoveries, and help each other out. We're a team, and we learn best together. Our next workshop will be in 2 weeks, where we'll review our progress and tackle more advanced topics. In the meantime, and I able for individual consultation if you need further assistance.